Donald Trump will face sentencing for his convictions, yes, that's a double entendre, on July 11th, 2024, a week after Independence Day, the consequences of which include possible jail time, which you better believe will happen, and it appears Trump's proprietary calculus vis-a-vis Trump's predicament is something to the effect of, if I'm getting a last meal before the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet mile, then I want it to be Joseph Robinette Biden. If it's my last meal, then whether or not Alzheimer's is contagious is irrelevant as I march up those oaken steps of the Athenian gallows like Socrates and see that hemlock being brewed, there better be some Biden in it. Yes, you are understanding this correctly. In the shadow of the metaphorical ice cream man of death, Donald Trump asked for 2 scoops, June 27th and July 10th, the latter a day before his sentencing. Thug life, and the former this coming Thursday, just 3 days away. But before we preview Thursday's debate and the many, many ways in which it's rigged for Biden, we first remember 8 years ago it was a debate that begat a movement, and neither the message nor messenger have changed. Though what could have been was interrupted, it remains for now possible, maybe even within reach. A country that, unlike the 2020 election and unlike Thursday's debate on CNN, isn't rigged but is instead predicated on liberty and a life with which one can pursue happiness. The confluence of those terms is freedom. And 8 years ago, in a post-Obama America that most of us had given up on, this American spirit was suddenly and violently personified in the best possible way.
Despite its impressive length, it's a nimble navigator, and some can be highly venomous.
All I'm doing is telling the truth.
Just like the tarantula it's killing, the centipede has 2 curved, hollow fangs which inject paralyzing venom. This centipede is a predator.
I think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight.
The legacy media debate system was rigged against Trump during his first campaign, and the legacy media has since had 8 years of practice refining their propaganda and censorship. So go ahead and have a laugh at the fact that it's made zero difference whatsoever, because the legacy media has a collective intelligence that falls somewhere between Earthworm and the poopy dirt earthworms live in. They are retarded. Their metaphorical anuses are full of metaphorical barriers that Trump has metaphorically torn down and returned to sender. And lacking any sort of creative wit or inspiration, they have been forced to resort to a kindergarten level of debate restrictions that more or less render the whole endeavor pointless, which was exactly the point. Offer Trump unacceptable terms, which in conjunction with the current lawfare would make any reasonable candidate refuse, which yields the desired result of the normies don't notice Joe Biden hasn't been able to speak properly since he showered with Natalie. But the rules are so egregious that they might notice anyway. Quote, the 90-minute debate will include 2 commercial breaks according to the network, and campaign staff may not interact with their candidate during that time. Microphones will be muted throughout the debate except for the candidate whose turn it is to speak. While no props or pre-written notes will be allowed on the stage, candidates will be given a pen, a pad of paper, and a bottle of water. Some aspects of the debate, including the absence of a studio audience, will be a departure from previous debates, but, as in the past, the moderators will use all tools at their disposal to enforce timing and ensure a civilized discussion. Who are these moderators, and how fair might they be when given power over the candidate's speech? First is CNN's Jake Tapper, who has spent the majority of the past decade desperately trying to equate Trump's rhetoric to Hitler.
Mein Kampf, the dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler. Mein Kampf is once again alive and well on a national political stage. Mein Kampf, it's not hyperbole, that does very directly echo Adolf Hitler's language. Mein Kampf, there's really no other way to say it. Mein Kampf of Adolf Hitler.
And the second moderator is CNN's Dana Bash, former wife of Jeremy Bash, who served as both CIA and DoD Chief of Staff under Obama, and who has incidentally also spent the majority of the past decade trying to equate Trump's rhetoric to Hitler.
Comments that are anti-Semitic and incredibly dangerous.
Any Jewish person that votes for Democrats hates their religion, they hate everything about Israel, and they should be ashamed of themselves because Israel will be destroyed.
Let's recognize this comment for what it is, a long-standing anti-Semitic trope.
Mein Kampf.
That the true allegiance for Jews is to their religion rather than their country. It was used in Nazi Germany to justify the arrests, persecutions, and mass killings, attempted extermination
of Adolf Hitler.
It was Tapper and Bash who hosted the manufactured one-on-one debate between Nimrata Randhawa and Ron DeSantis in an attempt to boost both before the Iowa caucus. They got boo-fooed anyway. Meaning Thursday's debate will not only be moderated by far-left helicopter parents with their claws on Trump's mute button, but also far-left helicopter parents with their claws on Trump's mute button who also think Trump is Hitler and see no irony in Hitlering Trump and any collateral Hitlering of Trump supporters because Trump is Hitler and his supporters are Hitler because they say mean words that aren't true, which is something Hitler would do. No, I'm not going to reflect on anything I just said. Which brings us full circle to they are retarded. Perhaps explaining this historical departure from the norm, there will be no live audience. Controlling the microphones, not enough. Controlling the format, the commercial breaks, the questions, the moderators, the venue, the mouthpieces that will spin the narrative no matter what happens, not enough. The Democrats never expected Trump to accept these absurd terms, and now that he has, they expect this debate to go so badly that they won't even let anyone watch. Not unlike the cartoonish trial Trump just endured with no press allowed to document Judge Merchan's corruption. Trump and whoever they put in a Biden mask will battle in an environment so sterile that this might all be a ploy to move Taiwanese manufacturing to America. There will be microchips being manufactured behind Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, so long as they're kosher. Thursday, June 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern on CNN. Hard to believe it's really going to happen, but when you factor in no audience, no mics, time delays, and strategic breaks, no drug tests, no mass checks, really, no way to verify that any of this is actually happening at all, then yes, I do believe it. Then I'll see you there live on Thursday, the debate stream, where we'll find out if CNN will abuse the mute button when the facts get real.
It takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently,
we're going to stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleagues.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you
I'm
continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week in Atlanta for this debate.
That's it for today. I'm John Ward, and until next time, remember, you're a world champion. Don't let your memes be dreams.